Hello everyone, my name is Danny, and this review is for Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit, the mischievous and adventurous hero who has captivated generations of readers, now takes on the starring role of his own cheeky contemporary comedy with attitude. In the film, Peter's feud with Mr. McGregor escalates to greater heights than ever before as they rival for the affections of the warm-hearted animal lover who lives next door. James Corden, with playful spirit and wild charm, voices the character of Peter alongside Margot Robbie, Elizabeth Debicki, and Daisy Ridley voicing the roles of the triplets, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. This is a 2018 film, rated PG. Runs 95 minutes. It said most of the voices just now, but to reiterate, James Corden is the main voice. Mr. McGregor is Domhnall Gleeson, and Rose Byrne is the neighbor. So, what can we really say about Peter Rabbit, where the commercial we saw pretty much gave away the movie? And I don't like that with kids' movies, because kids' movies are supposed to leave something to be desired and kind of be exciting the whole time and have a lot to do and lots of laughs and all this stuff. And when you give away the whole movie in the preview, you're just waiting for those moments that you've seen in the previews, and if that's all it is, then that just means that the movie's kind of stupid. And that's kind of how I felt watching this. Because most of the great things that are supposed to be funny as we saw them, as we watched the movie for the first time, is the stuff that was in the previews on commercials 10 million times. So, I'll just get in my notes, but it just could have left something to be desired, and there just wasn't. The first thing I'll say for any older people with kids that want to think about seeing this movie, the first thing that we have to see is old man butt. And I don't know why kids movies have to show something like that. It's just disgusting. When I watch kids movies that are supposed to be kids movies, I look for things that shouldn't be in the movie, and that was the first thing that stood out very obviously, and I think they could have gone a different way, but I thought it was going to be disgusting the whole time. I was really looking forward to that, to be honest. The phrase right away that they throw out there that no kid or teenager, maybe for nowadays, would know is "that'll do, pig." Does anybody actually know what that's from? It's starting to be pretty old, and not everybody uses it in their family circles. The movie Babe is pretty old nowadays, and for somebody to use that reference in a 2018 kids film, that's kind of stupid. And to throw it out there when no kid knows what that means, I mean, it's funny for somebody my age, I get it, but nobody 25 years younger than me that actually should be watching this movie is going to know what the heck that was all about. And it's cool that we're trying to keep that phrase around, but nobody knows what it's from, probably. The acting and the conversation are pretty horrible in this movie. I get kind of tired of it, to be honest. I mean, these adults that are supposed to be good actors are put into this movie, and they have to kind of relate with, this computerized animation. And if you don't know how to do it, just don't do it. Just don't sign up for a movie like this. If you don't understand what it takes to act naturally, like you're talking to just a normal thing, I mean, the next door neighbor, she is always leaning all the way down, all the way this close. I'm like, you don't have to do that. Just act naturally. And most of the stuff that the McGregor younger version does, it's almost like natural for him to be a goof, and that's cool. That's good that you got all that stuff. That was kind of probably the best part of the movie, was him feuding with Peter Rabbit. It was funny. It was almost Home Alone-ish, just natural, good fashion, getting each other through trick there and scheme there and electricity there and pummeling there, and that's genuine, comfortable with the computerized whatever he had to do action. That's good. That's what I was looking for the whole movie, but I only got it for about maybe 20 minutes. And then it just kind of was blah, before and after that. Had a very typical ending. Most kids' movies have to, right? This one says, does everybody live happily ever after? Well, they have to. And I'm like, what? You're going to say that out loud? What kind of movie addresses itself as a movie that has to have a happy ending? That's sarcasm on another level that I don't understand, and why you have to do that to yourself and just shoot yourself in the foot like that. You don't have to have a happy ending. Don't say that you have to have a happy ending. Do whatever you want. It's your movie. This is cowardly, for people to make movies like this and then say at the end of their movie, does everybody live happily ever after? That, oh yeah, they have to. Come on. So two things. My favorite part of the movie is usually the case with children's movies, is the thing that nobody really is focused on, but it's the most hilarious thing. And in this movie is this rooster. Oh my gosh. If you could just survive your movie off gimmicks like this rooster and just keep it coming and give us another surprise here and another surprise there. They tried with the porcupine and this other creature. They tried throwing some jokes out there, but the rooster was the most effective one. My gosh, it just kept coming. Every morning the sun comes up. If you haven't seen this movie, the rooster is always so surprised that the sun comes up. It's like, who thinks of that? Like, to have a rooster wonder, oh, it's time to cock-a-doodle-doo. I can't believe the sun's actually rising. I can't believe this is crazy. That the conversation was so funny. Just made the movie for me. That was hilarious. And then things start happening along the way. I won't give that away, but that was even better. You just kept the joke piling on, and that was good. On a serious note, I don't know what this movie was doing exactly, but towards the end, the rabbits, two of them, come to London to find the McGregor kid. And there's a question of, are you really talking? And the rabbit says, no, it's from your heart. You're actually listening to your heart. That's a really deep concept for kids. And to have that dialogue in a kid's movie where hardly even I understood it, more or less anybody less of my age is going to understand it. I don't know why you would do that to everybody. It is really, really serious. Kids, people that watch a movie like this, we just want, if there's going to come a time where the humans realize that the animals can talk, just let it be. Just let it happen. Oh, keep it as a secret between them that the human knows the rabbit talks. But, if only two people found out that the rabbit can talk, don't have a dialogue about, oh, it's just his heart listening to his heart. Come on. That was way too deep. It was too much. That kind of stuff doesn't belong in your movie. Okay, so the last thing I'm just going to say is that I actually enjoyed, back in the day, they got ripped apart by people, but I actually enjoyed Bill Murray being Garfield. We could tell it was this old guy being this cat that's supposed to not be like an ancient cat, kind of a younger cat. And some people had a problem with the humor in that, blah, blah, blah. My problem with James Corden is I know what he is. I know he's funny. I know he's smart. I know he can sing. So naturally, he got the voice of an animated character, right? It's tough because he's not made to be an animated character. And we can't really tell the age of the rabbit because we know the age of James Corden, and he sounds like himself. He doesn't sound like a rabbit, whatever a rabbit's supposed to sound like. And that's my deep concept for this movie that brought out two deep concepts. Obviously, in the beginning, it talks about somebody dying. That's always a heavy subject. I don't know why kids' movies have to keep bringing that up, but I've done many reviews where I have to mention that the movie talks about death. It's like a common thing. It has to wow kids that somebody dies, and why do you have to do that to kids, So I'm just going to give this movie a C. I saw it. Yay. Move on. Right now in theaters is Incredibles, too. There's so many other good movies. Coco was amazing. I like animated movies. They're really fun to watch, nice breath of fresh air, but when they're so mediocre like this, it's just nothing really great to say about it. So I love the rooster. I love characters like that. Just keep that going, okay? My name is Danny. If you like this or any of my other reviews, try and give some of them a watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And thanks a lot, guys. Enjoy your movies.